All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete and Artist Show. We have a very special Stampede episode today. I'm the artist, Kyle Fortch, alongside multi-gold medalist and professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. And today, our special guest, making his post-COVID return to the stage on Monday at Nashville North. He's got his brand new single, She Drives Me Crazy remix featuring Nelly. There's only 365 days in the year, but somehow it seems like this man performs at least 3,000 a year. Warner Music country superstar Brett Kissel. How are you, my man?
So that's a hell of an intro. I mean, a country singer is a little bit more accurate. Country superstar. I think you got to say that for Garth or George Strait or Brad Paisley. Maybe one day. I'll take country singer for now, but I really appreciate that we finally get a chance to connect.
Yeah, man. I'm excited that you're here, and that you're going to be in town on Monday for the Stampede. Yeah, how have things been going? What's the build up for this concert been like? Like, obviously it's a big one coming back. Like, what's the feeling been like?
You know, it's hard to put it into words because there's so much hype surrounding this show and the Stampede. It is the greatest outdoor show on earth. Everybody loves the Stampede. I mean, you guys have all traveled internationally. If you talk about Calgary, they're going to talk about the rodeo, the Chucks, entertainment, and the Stampede. So The fact that we've missed out on Stampede and the fact that it's coming back now, and I think we're going to come back with a vengeance, I'm so excited. But the stakes are high, too, to play this show because this will be my first live show in like almost 2 years. A lot of people that are going to be coming to this concert, I think, are just truly excited to be entertained. And that's exactly what I need to deliver. So I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited because I think it'll be probably one of the most monumental moments in my life, not just my career, but my life, hitting the stage once again post-COVID.
Absolutely. And I've been chatting with a buddy of mine at Nashville North, and they're saying the dance floor is bigger than ever. The cap is going to be just got increased as well. The stage is outside. So it's going to be an insane show.
I think that they pulled out all the stops, and I really have to tip my cowboy hat to the Stampede, for having the courage and the bravery in this, post-COVID world to say, okay, we've had enough. It's time to bring live music back. It's time to bring live entertainment back. It's time to bring some sense of normal life back. And so I'm really happy. Quite frankly, I wish they could have done it bigger. I wish the Chucks could have been there. I wish that they could have had 20,000 people at the Saddle Dome watching a Brad Paisley or Garth Brooks concert. That's what I wish. However, even though that's not the case, I'm very, very proud to be one of the headliners, Nashville North. And I think even though I'm playing on a Monday, mark my words, boys, it's probably going to be one of the biggest events of my life. Like, this Monday is going to be like a Friday night anywhere else. It truly is. It's going to be amazing.
I'm going to be there starting at 11 a.m. It's my only day off during Stampede. So.
Oh man, you're going to be a puddle come 10 p.m. when I hit the stage.
No. I'm a Stampede vet. I did it 2 years ago. I did it every single day, open to close. It was. I'm a veteran during Stampede. Yeah, exactly.
So how hard, Zach, maybe you can answer this, because I feel like I'm going to party hard for Stampede because I'm so excited to play the show. And so we've got an after party planned with the band and the crew and our wives and stuff like that. But I'm just looking and I'm watching the guys who just won the cup last night. And I'm just thinking, how hard are they going to go and for how long? Like, when do you think they're actually going to get to sleep? Because I believe they haven't gone to sleep yet. Like, Zach, you can comment on that. How hard do you go after winning a gold medal, after winning a championship, or especially how hard are the guys going after they win the cup?
Yeah, there'll be a good majority of them that don't sleep for like 2 or 3 days. I think I saw a picture of Stamkos holding the cup up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's what it was like for me this year when I won in Germany. Like, we had guys sleeping at the rink. Like, we had guys staying up all night. And it's just super fun to be back. Kind of life's getting back to normal. You don't have to wear masks in certain places in Alberta. And I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy the Stampede.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm happy. Like, the mask mandate is dropped and stuff like that, because when I did my drive-in shows, it was very special getting a chance to play to that many people. Like we had, we played to over 30,000 total people in our 24 shows that we did across Canada. But entertaining people through a windshield is a difficult task. I was up for the task, but it was a difficult task. If I was to entertain everybody and looking out in the crowd and seeing, honestly, everybody either super social distant or everybody in masks, I just wonder genuinely, how can they cheer? How can they jump up and down? How can everybody be, kind of in it together in that type of really, really special way that we've all experienced when we go to a party or we go to a concert, we're standing in the pit, or sitting in our seats. So I'm just really happy that the Stampede has opened it up so that we can have a huge party.
Yeah, it's going to be unreal. It's going to be so big. And like you said, I think like your return on Monday, I think that's going to be probably one of the biggest shows during Stampede for sure.
Well, you go down the lineup, and I'm also proud that the Stampede has an entire Canadian lineup. Yeah. So this entire Canadian lineup just goes to show that all of us who are headliners have done really well to hone in our skills and get to that level where I don't think anybody's raising their eyebrows as to why Dean Brody, the Rec Laws, Washboard Union, James Barker Band are headlining a show. Yeah. You don't need all American acts to throw a hell of a party. James Barker Band, they're a superstar band in Canada, no question. The Rec Laws, superstar group in Canada, no question. Dean Brody, one of the best male artists we've ever had in the history of Canadian country music. So I'm very happy that even though the border proved to be a bit of a problem, the Stampede is like, that's fine. We've got some homegrown talent, and we're going to make sure that we fly the Canadian flag with pride at these shows.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very special for the return to Stampede, having that all-Canadian lineup for sure.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be a Stampede without Deuce Vodka.
That's a great segue, Kyle. Thank you.
You want to talk a little bit about that? We've all seen the commercial. How did the commercial come about, and how did you get this project started, and what was the plan behind that?
Well, I'll touch on the commercial first. I mean, sure. when you've got a vodka company and you want to get the attention of the consumer, I mean, this is right after the Super Bowl, and watching all of these ads, there was such a shock factor to most of the ads that you watch, whether it's Heinz tomato ketchup or Subway or Dodge trucks or whatever it may be. And so I wanted to do something that was a little bit outside the box, and the creative team at One Peak Creative, based out of Kelowna, where you're at right now, Zach, they came up with this crazy idea to really address the elephant in the room, that the vodka is called Deuce Vodka. Now, Deuce is the nickname of my business partner, one of my best friends, Matt Doucette. He's an entrepreneur on steroids. When he was 19 years old, get this, boys, he got his distillery license and built a distillery in Big River, Saskatchewan, his hometown, on his 19th birthday. Like, when we were all 19, what were we doing? And here he is, like, I want to be a businessman. I want to be on Shark's Tank. I'm going to do it with vodka. I love vodka. I love the spirits, and I'm going to do it. And that's what he does. But he called it Deuce Vodka after his nickname. So for me, what I wanted to do was have a shock value commercial. And so we talked about dropping a deuce and just kind of really being really tongue-in-cheek and funny with it. And I'm really excited that we got as much great response as we did. There are a lot of people that were like, oh, I'm not going to try this vodka anymore. I'm like, hey, you don't understand marketing. At least you're talking about it. And so it was like a viral commercial. So I'm really proud with how it went. And then I'll get into how the company started a little bit later. You're a consumer. You're a young guy. You've been neon. What did you think of the commercial?
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. As soon as when you posted on Instagram, I was like, I didn't know what it was going to be about at first. I was like, what is going on? And then as soon as it came out with it being called Deuce Vodka, I was like, this is a genius. It's perfect. It's the perfect marketing campaign for something that's called Deuce Vodka. You couldn't have done it any better.
The best part about it is that anybody who's had the opportunity to try the product, and like we're in several hundred stores across Alberta now.
Yeah. And
anybody who's had a chance to try it knows that it's extremely smooth. And especially the neon is very flavorful. At 22%, it's a vodka you can sip straight, or if you mix it with soda, it's awesome. And culturally, what I'd love to do is, whether it be this Stampede or all the future Stampedes, if you go to Knoxville's, if you go to Cowboys, people would get shots of Fireball, people would get shots of this, shots of that. I want people to have a shot of neon. Yeah. And I think people are going to do that across Alberta and across Canada in no time.
Yeah. Is it going to be at any of the Stampede tents or at any of the venues? Do you know?
Because we're so new, a lot of these choices were made years ago, and a lot of the contracts that they had to have other products or Coors or Budweiser, well, they had them for the 2020 Stampede. Now they have to make good on it in the 2021 Stampede. So all of our plans and our marketing focus is going to be for the 2022 Stampede.
Okay.
The good news is, though, buddy, you can go into a Sobeys, you can pick it up. Go into a co-op, you can pick it up. Wine and Beyond, you can pick it up, and countless independent stores across the province. So we're well covered. We're well covered.
That's awesome. What made you want to go with it being like a watermelon flavored?
We just wanted to do something that was different. And when you do market research and you also talk with a lot of your friends and your family, that was a flavor that actually was missed. And Pink Whitney did such an extraordinary job, really trademarking and bringing pink lemonade vodka, to the masses. So I tip my hat to Ryan Whitney and Biz and everybody at Barstool Sports. What I wanted to do is have something that was pink, because obviously it's very catchy, but watermelon is a flavor that I haven't seen. And so you can't trademark a flavor. You can't trademark watermelon. You cannot trademark, raspberry. You can't trademark espresso, but you can trademark if you create a flavor and if you trademark the name of it. So that's why we came up with a flavor that is parts lemon citrus, parts raspberry, and all natural colors and flavors, and heavy on the watermelon. So it tastes really, really good, and it's got a great kick to it. And I'm really proud of the flavor.
Yeah, it's delicious. Do you like drinking it straight, or do you like with a little bit of soda, or what would you recommend for the consumers to how to drink it? What's the best way that you found?
Great question. Your very first chance. I mean, you got to put it. You just got to put it in a shot glass, and you gotta shoot it for your very first taste of neon. But then after that, if you're a soda guy, drink this in soda all night long. You're going to be fine. Or if you just want to put it on ice, it's going to be super chilled and really flavorful. And then you got it. Then for those who are like, hey, I'm not a flavor guy, I just want just standard vodka. Our basic Prairie Spirit of Deuce Vodka is super smooth. And the way that we make it so good is we focus on filtration. Any company is going to tell you this great, wonderful story about how they met the farmer and they cut the wheat and they put it in a 1920s train rail car and they took it to the distillery, and then they spent 3 years, making it and turning it into alcohol and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know about you, but I'm already bored with the story. We know how to make great vodka. We're from the prairies. So anybody who makes vodka already has the leading edge, because we've got Rocky Mountain water and we've got the best grain in the world in the prairies, in Saskatchewan and Alberta, and also in Manitoba. So we're already there. But how do you make it smoother? That's where filtration comes in. You can distill it 100 times. No one will be able to taste the difference. But if you filter it, and we have an elite filtration system that's been patented, and that's how you get a very, very smooth vodka. If you've ever drank vodka straight, which we all have, it's got to burn. It's going to burn your nose a little bit. It's going to put some hair in your chest. And I mean, Zach, I don't think you got any hair in your chest, judging by this photo. You're just like, it looks like hair doesn't grow on steel. But that being said, this is like a super smooth vodka that anybody would love. So that's what makes us really proud of the product.
I need some. Are we going to be able to get it at Nashville North, or we'll have to kind of smuggle it in there to be drinking it during your concert?
I was just telling Kyle that it's not going to be available like at those bars. There's a lot of different bars across the city that do have it on their well, but just go to a Sobeys or Wine and Beyond, Co-op, and countless independent stores. You'll be able to get it.
You might have to
And
sneak us into the back of the green room so we can drink some with you at Nashville North.
it's so awesome to have your own product on your hospitality rider. Like it was really cool submitting that to the Stampede, and they're saying, what would you like to drink? And we've got some beer, we got some red wine. And I asked for some Deuce Vodka, and they're like, yep, okay, on it. So I'm excited.
Have you talked to my boy Ebbs? Is he going to make your show on Monday, or is he going to be back from New York?
Yeah, he's back from New York. I think we're going to go for a round of golf on Saturday or Sunday. And I've invited him and Lauren to come and check out the show. My guest list is so small this year because of COVID rules and protocol, which to a degree, I guess I get. But I mean, we've had some parties at Stampede where my guest list was like 100 people. And we're all crammed into basically an RV backstage at Calgary Stampede. We've thrown down, and we've had some good ones in my early 20s, but now I think we're going to take it easy. And I don't know, probably Ebbs has got to get back to his little baby Collins, and I'm going to have to get back to my 3 kids too. So we'll probably have a drink and a hug, and it'll be great to see him.
So moving on past Ebbs, yes. Let's talk about She Drives Me Crazy with Nelly. Obviously was just released. Actually, technically it was re-released, was it not? The original release date was last year, and then something happened. I don't know if you can talk about it or not. If not, we can just cut that out. But
no, it's not a problem. I mean, in the music business, there's so many moving parts and so many crazy things that happen. So we released it in November, and what had happened is we had been talking with Nelly's camp for months about the release of this song. And we were supposed to release it in June of 2020, but because of the pandemic, we kept pushing it. So it was our fault. We kept pushing it. So finally we say, hey, let's go in November. Are you cool with that? And they're like, yeah, we're cool with that. So we released it in November, and we released it for 1 week, and we averaged 1 million streams per day. Wow. So that's how you can really tell it's a hit song, and it's really resonating with people. And then Nelly and FGL dropped their collab called Lil Bit.
Yeah.
And like a week after. So literally we're like, hold it. We feel bad. We don't want to step on your toes with what you got going on with FGL. And they had asked us if we felt comfortable pulling the song down and re-releasing it in the summer of 2021. And it's one of those things. I mean, there's no denying when Nelly and his camp was a very, very, like, he's an incredible artist, and he was so nice. And he's like, do you mind doing that so we can have a little bit more runway with FGL, and then we'll put some time, effort, attention behind your track in the summer? We thought it would be weird if we did it a month in, but if it was just a week, sure, we'll pull it down. Yeah. We got our numbers. We know it's a hit. We can re-release it. So that's exactly what we did. So we re-released it, and things are going gangbusters once again. And it's so great to see. I'm really, really proud of the response, and just getting an opportunity to tell the world that this guy from Flat Lake, Alberta, who's a Canadian country singer, has the opportunity to write and record with a legend in the business. And Nelly's a beauty in every sense of the word.
Yeah, and it was a great song too. I was so excited. I've been waiting for it to be re-released since I saw it out. Like I found the original story that you told of you explaining how the record came to be. And then I was looking for the song, and it wouldn't play, I was just getting so frustrated because I didn't know what was going on. But now I'm glad that I know, and I'm glad that it's out, because it's been on repeat for me since it came out again. I've already memorized Nelly's verse. So if you need someone to sing it at Stampede, I'm your guy.
Well, hey, it all depends on how many beers I drink and how many beers you drink, and I may have to take you up on that one of these days. So make sure you're close by the stage. Honestly, I think that'd be hilarious.
All right, man, we'll be there for sure.
It seems like you're such a easygoing guy. Like, you're just like, oh yeah, we'll re-release it. Right now, you pulled over on the highway to do this interview with us, and like a similar thing happened with technical difficulties at the Edmonton Oilers game. Can you go through that unbelievable viral story? When was it your mic wasn't working?
Yeah, it's so crazy when I getting a chance to talk about that moment and relive that moment, because we've all been in attendance when somebody butchers the anthem, or you, Zach, have been on the ice when somebody butchers the anthem, and you just got to roll your eyes. And that's one of my biggest fears, is making a mistake during one of the most important, if not the most important song in our country. So we do a sound check at 4 p.m. before the playoff game. I strum my guitar. I sing the American anthem like 10 times through. Everything's golden. I go and have a bite to eat in the chairman's club. I throw my jersey on. I'm ready to go. I get introduced. I strum. I can't hear anything, but maybe it's because the crowd is so loud. Okay, no big deal. Then I go to the microphone and go, oh, say, can you? And like, it's not on. Oh, no. Say, oh my God, it's not on. Oh my God, it's not working. So all I can think of doing is backing up, and the crowd started to sing anyway, because they knew, the 19,500 people that were in attendance knew that this was legit. Even the big screen quit and glitched for about 15 seconds. So they knew it was a major malfunction. So I just conducted the crowd. That's all I could think about doing. And 19,000 people in Edmonton saved me from hitting the ditch. And they were the ones that made this a positive story that went viral, because anybody who ever messes up the anthem, it goes viral for the wrong reasons. I was on TMZ, and I did an interview with TMZ, and I did an interview on CNN for this, because it was such a special story how a Canadian fan base sang the American anthem at the top of their lungs and saved me from hitting the ditch. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Another interesting story is that the game is over, or no, we're in the third period. My wife, Cecilia, texts me and says, I'm going into labor. So the game ends. I get in my vehicle, go pick her up, drive to the hospital, and a few hours later at 12:04 that night, our daughter Aria was born, the night that my mic quit. And I've always saved the front page or the newspaper of the day my kids were born. And on the day my daughter was born, her dad was on the front page of the Edmonton Sun, the Edmonton Journal, National Post, and the Globe and Mail for this microphone fiasco. So pretty special moment, that's for sure.
That's incredible. That's such an insane story. And like, sorry, like you said, you were saying that people always go viral for messing up. You didn't really mess up. It was a technical difficulty. It wasn't your fault. I think another special part is the fact that it was a Canadian crowd that was singing the American national anthem.
Yeah, and the ownership group of the Anaheim Ducks had a beautiful quote, something like, thank you so much to country singer Brett Kissel and the fans in Edmonton for doing this and making, our American team feel so welcome. And guys like Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaff, when they talked about it after the game, they said, well, they were kind of like dismissive. They're like, yeah, of course Canadians know the American anthem. We've been like, I think Getzlaff said something along the lines of like, we would sing the anthem before we would even drop the puck and play road hockey. Like, it's ingrained in our culture. So yeah. I'm extremely proud of the Edmonton fan base.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was an incredible story. And that's insane too, that that the night your daughter was born, that you were on the front page of all the news. That's going to be so special when she grows up and sees that.
Yeah, I think so too. We've got a really special memory box for each of our kids. And I've put the whiskey that won the World Whiskey of the Year. I put that in their memory box. Even some cash that they got from, some parents or grandparents or family members. Some of them are no longer with us, and those cards. So it's pretty special. So on their 18th birthday or whatever, they're going to open it up and probably see, a $100 bill from their grandma, who hopefully, will be around in 18 years, and we'll get a chance to drink that whiskey together. That'll be 18 years older. So yeah. I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. We don't want to keep you too much longer here. We know you're trying to get to this city. I think last thing before we let you go, we wanted to ask, are you into crypto at all? We've been
Yeah.
you
I've invested in crypto. What do you guys know about it? I'm just kind of following the trends here and following rich guys that I know, because I'm not rich, but if someone rich that I know says, yeah, I just put X amount of money in Ethereum or Dogecoin or whatever, I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. And then I just follow 'em. Like, I don't know anything about it other than I've invested.
Not financial advice, but
yeah.
But I mean, Zach's kind of like the crypto king of Twitter right now. So I mean, he can probably touch on this a little bit more than me. I'm kind of just following his trends right now while I figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, I've like dived in like head first. I've only been doing crypto for like 3 or 4 weeks, but I think my dad sent me some Bitcoin, and then I bought a bunch of meme coins that people were tweeting about, and now I'm full in on meme coins like Doge and Baby Doge and all these other crazy ones. So it's been fun throwing a little bit of money around here and there and seeing how crazy some of them take off. But yeah, definitely not financial advice.
How's your return been so far? Are you happy with the return you're getting?
Yeah, it's kind of been insane. Like I put like 4 or 5 grand in. I've lost quite a bit of that, and then all of a sudden I had one coin take off, and I'm over 6 figures now. So it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy to see, well, kind of the volatility in the market. But if you're following the trends and you got somebody who understands and can manage it really well, which I've got a great manager, but Matt, my business partner, this guy, like this entrepreneur I was telling you about, like he is so smart. He's the smartest guy I've ever known in my entire life. He is going to be on Shark's Tank, and he's just going to talk, work, and just skate circles around Mark Cuban's and Robin Hurjevics and Kevin O'Leary's. I'm calling it right now. His level of intelligence and being able to predict certain things, like unless he's a time traveler, because it's not that there's stocks, but there's certain different things that he's done in terms of like silver. He's like, based on silver's going to go through the roof. So I really think we need to take some of our profits from Deuce Vodka. We need to buy a lot of silver. I'm like, okay, man, no problem. And I just go and I just write another country song, and I'm just living in my own little world. And he's like, hey, it's really good that we did that thing with silver, because you can't get anything. And like, he bought silver and he did this and he bought silver stocks and everything. And just boom, went through the roof. I'd never heard of Dogecoin or Ethereum or Erythrium. It sounds like urethra, like literally.
Ethereum,
I don't know what the hell it's called.
Ethereum,
and
yeah, you had it right.
Ethereum. He's like, yeah, you got to get into this. I'm like, okay. So we did in the company, and same thing. Like we've done well, and I don't even know why or how. So I'm just really grateful to have somebody that smart, because this side of my brain works. This side of my brain doesn't. It probably never will.
That's awesome. And Chucky, you got anything else?
No, we just definitely want to thank you for taking the time. It was a great interview, and I got to get to my hockey practice right now. It's I'm parked outside the rink in Kelowna waiting to go skate with the boys. So, and you got to get back on the road. So yeah, I want to thank you once again.
No, it's no need to thank me. I'm grateful that we got a chance to chat and visit. I can't wait to see you guys face to face, and maybe go for a round of golf one of these days, or drink some Deuce Vodka together, or all of the above. Or Kyle, if you're serious about rapping that Nelly part, I'm not going to make you send in an audition tape, but maybe we got to run it in a sound check one of these days, and I'll see if you're legit.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I just did this song with Afro Man that came out back in February too, which was a lot of fun. That's where I recorded at OCL when I tweeted you in the studio, and I was like,
so you were at OCL?
Yeah. So that's when I tweeted you that picture. I was like, hey, you recognize this place? And you were like, yep, I do. I was like, sweet.
Okay. Well then, okay. Well, say no more. Say no more. Let's make this happen.
All right, man. Let's chat about it for sure. Let's do it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, thanks a lot, boys. And
thank you, man.
Yeah, have a great practice, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see you really soon.
For sure. We'll
right,
definitely see the show on Monday, and have a safe trip. We can't wait for the show.
Yeah, thanks, fellas.
Awesome.
Take care, eh?
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.